Hello, everybody, and welcome to our conversation. We're going to call this episode, we're going to call it Rings of Weakness. So what we know to be true is that everyone has you've watched movies, right? So if you've watched movies and you've watched what happens to people when they get a ring, get married, have kids, and what happens to people after that happens to them, or age. So what happens to people when they get a diamond ring is that they used to be single, they used to be hot, they used to wear fancy clothes and get men to look at them. And they're pretty much demons if they're a Monovan. They're just a fucking demon. And so if they finally land the dude with the money, they aren't hot anymore. They're old. It's called engaged. So all these women are like running around bragging about these diamonds, and that means you're being controlled. You're in a there's no more freedom. Like your life is over. It actually means your life is over. You're not free any longer. You've got a ball and chain on your ankle. That means you always have to make decisions with someone else telling you yes or no. You can't make your own decisions anymore. It's called being married, being engaged. And people look at you based off the other person that's standing next to you. So if they do something crazy and then you're engaged to them, then that's a direct reflection of who you are as a person because you've decided to put them in your existence. Not to mention, you're always dealing with the attitude of the person you're engaged to. So you're like tied together. You're engaged. It's called engaged. So there's nothing really beneficial about being engaged. It's all a fantasy of creating gossip and drama on weak-minded people to fuel insecurity. When you become engaged to that person you think you want to be engaged to, it actually becomes the detriment end of your life, especially considering that none of these people actually like each other. They only want the man's money. So these women are low class, low citizens. They might even be the most attractive woman on the globe, right? They might be super hot. They might have a connection to this and a connection to that. But every event you go to with these people, it's horrific, it's awful, and they're annoying as shit. And you don't often find out until you're already married, because all of these people in these high-end elite groups base their whole existence off of reputation and what people think about them. So if you base your whole life off of reputation and you realize that you can't stand someone, would you still go through with the marriage? Yeah, you would. That's how people in elite Hollywood and LA and New York City, that's how they operate, because they don't want to look bad and poorly in the group. The reality of what we're dealing with here with these people. Then they take it to the platforms, and then now you as an audience judge them on all the things they put out and portray, and then they expect you to respect them, but they don't respect you. So we're pretty much in a full blown out war of LA against real people. When we're your customers, you're in an all out war with influencers when they're your customers. And then your influencers' customers, and no one really has anything to say or do, so you don't have any education to offer. So what you decided to do instead was make your relationships your brand and image. So everything that you see on these people's platforms in the form of what they used to have when it comes to what they taught or whatever the shit is they think they're teaching or showing, document, don't create. But you're creators. Everything that's been created with South by Southwest in the form of podcasting and all the nonsense is all politics that were forced upon us as a nation. So these people and influencer have caused TRANS open borders, mental instability, divorces, child abuse, and the list goes on and on and on. While they all scream out, be kind and happy, while they carry around a woman who is wearing provocative clothes, who's literally abusing children right in front of your face, like Heather Lamusa, who thinks it's funny to post a tagged picture of Gary Vaynerchuk and herself with Mona Van, her best friend and her supposed old roommate when they went through the training to be a prostitute. To where Tarek and Gary Vee showed up at the front door trying to get laid. Where they then go to Miami and you can actually see who they really wanted to be. That's nasty. The hard part is getting these women to understand that that is nasty. No doctor on the fucking planet would behave like that. Or be a roommate to Heather Lamusa, just to let you know. Understand what I just said. No doctor, no real doctor, would ever be a roommate to Heather Lamusa. So all this bragging that you're doing is actually you telling us how horrific your life is. And we're just watching the worst case mask of someone we've ever seen. It's hard to see through their filth because it's so rampant. It's like rampant decay, like meth mouth. They're like meth mouth. And then none of you are willing to actually stand up for what's right. And so then nothing's going to be done about it. Nothing's going to ever be done because you all are worthless. Media's worthless. Hollywood, you're worthless. New York City's worthless. All you big game rich fucks are worthless. Your wives are worthless. Your behavior is worthless. Your brain capacity is worthless. Your diamond is worthless. You're just fucking worthless. Literally watching you in a questionnaire session of being an inauthentic person, of a psychopath, and then all you do is say be kind and have compassion and empathy, that's worthless. I mean, it's fucking common sense that shit's fucking worthless. As an adult looking at children playing the game of influence, I'm literally telling you that shit's garbage. You don't run a business off kindness and empathy and compassion. That's how you close your business. You don't invite a bunch of psychopaths who are low-class citizens who party and they have 1 million followers off of partying while they show themselves eating Chipotle, which Gary Vaynerchuk has hosted many times on his Marketing for the Now to let you know that he is in network with these motherfuckers. So you all are low-class citizens who have abused people for so long and said nothing to save humanity. And I'm telling you that the ring in our face shows how worthless you are. The bigger the ring, the more worthless you are. The bigger the ring, the more worthless you are. And the more you show it, the more worthless you are. And it's very hard to get you to understand that because they will literally do a video where they're showing their ring and going like this. That's called being worthless. How's this? Babe, my love, babe, Gary, babe. I love you. We're so in love, aren't we, babe? She loves that feeling of feeling love from the air. Babe, 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 babe. Not sure how you, in real world, would ever acknowledge that, Gary Vee, but I guess it just says where you've gone with your platform, huh? Babe, my love,